Imagine walking into a colossal Gothic fortress, its stone walls looming above like silent sentinels. The air is heavy with the scent of decay and history. Whispers of the past seem to cling to the corridors, and every creak of the floor echoes as if the building itself is alive. Welcome to Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a place where the veil between the living and the dead feels paper thin. This notorious penitentiary, once the pinnacle of modern incarceration, is now a crumbling relic of torment and tragedy. Its halls, steeped in the anguish of its former inhabitants, have become a magnet for thrill-seekers, paranormal investigators, and those who dare to confront the unknown. But beware, not everyone leaves this place unchanged. Eastern State Penitentiary opened in 1829 as a revolutionary institution designed to reform rather than punish. Inmates were placed in solitary confinement for the entirety of their sentences, a practice that was thought to encourage repentance. Each prisoner had their own small cell, complete with a skylight meant to symbolize the eye of God. They were forbidden from speaking even to guards, and their only solace was the Bible. But what was intended to rehabilitate turned into an experiment in psychological torture. The silence became unbearable. Men would claw at the walls, scream into the void, and, in some cases, lose their grip on reality entirely. Suicides were not uncommon, and by the time solitary confinement was deemed inhumane, the damage to inmates and the institution was irreparable. Among Eastern State's infamous residents was Al Capone, the notorious gangster who spent time there in 1929. Unlike most prisoners, Capone's cell was lavishly decorated, featuring fine furniture, rugs, and even a radio. But despite his comforts, Capone was tormented by something he couldn't escape, a ghost he called Jimmy. Capone claimed that Jimmy thought to be the spirit of a victim of the saint. Valentine's Day massacre would not leave him alone. Guards often reported hearing Capone screaming into the night, begging, "Leave me alone." Today, visitors to his cell say they feel an icy chill, as if Capone's guilt and the spirit of Jimmy still lingers. Many who visit Eastern State claim to witness shadowy figures darting across the dimly lit corridors. Cell Block 12 is particularly notorious for ghostly activity. Paranormal investigators have captured inexplicable sounds, disembodied whispers, heavy footsteps, and the eerie slam of a cell door long out of use. One visitor shared a harrowing account of seeing a shadowy figure gliding silently across a room before disappearing into the wall. Others have described the sensation of being watched or even touched, icy hands brushing their arms, despite being alone. The penitentiary's layout adds to its eerie charm. Designed like a wheel, with cell blocks radiating outward from a central hub, it allowed guards to oversee inmates from a single vantage point. But this design has a sinister side. Many visitors report feeling disoriented, as if the spirits of the prisoners are observing them from every angle. Standing at the center of the hub, some claim to hear faint murmurs, echoes of prayers, pleas, and perhaps even curses from the souls trapped within these walls. Eastern State Penitentiary is now a museum, but its haunted reputation remains. In one chilling incident, a tour guide described seeing the faint outline of a man sitting on a bed, his head buried in his hands. When the guide approached, the figure vanished. Another visitor reported hearing footsteps following them, only to turn around and find no one there. These stories, along with countless others, have cemented Eastern State as one of the most haunted locations in America. Are you fascinated by tales of restless spirits and haunted halls? Would you dare to walk the crumbling corridors of Eastern State Penitentiary, knowing that the shadows might not be empty? If you're drawn to stories of mystery, terror, and the supernatural, subscribe to our channel, Legends of the World. We uncover the darkest corners of history and explore the legends that continue to haunt our imagination. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment about the scariest ghost stories you've encountered. And remember, if you ever visit Eastern State, tread carefully. The spirits are waiting. Will you be their next visitor?